Hello, boys and girls. Do you know today we should have done story time at school? But unfortunately we can't because we know that all of you are at home. So I was thinking with Martina, what can we do so they can read a story? So we decided to record one. So here I am in our little book corner and I'm going to choose a story to read to you. Let me see, which story shall I choose? Let me see. Bum, 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 bum. There's The Great Dog Bottom Swap. Or I Want My Hat Back. Or, here's another one with hats. The Cat in the Hat. Oh, no, I know. This is one of my favourites. The Incredible Book-Eating Boy. I love this book, and I bet you will too. Let me see, what's it about? The Incredible Book-Eating Boy. How strange. Because usually we read books, don't we? But Henry, this is Henry, he doesn't read books, he eats books. Now, I don't suggest that you do that at home, okay? Don't get any ideas about eating books from Henry, okay? This is just a story, okay? It's not very good for you to eat books, okay? You continue eating your pasta and your normal food, okay? And let's Henry eat the books. Now, let me see. Henry loved books, but not like you and I love books. Oh no. Not quite. Henry loved to eat books. It all began quite by mistake one afternoon when he wasn't paying attention. In fact, you can see he's a little bit distracted by the cat. What's that cat doing? Ooh, okay, let's continue. He wasn't sure at first and tried eating a single word. Just to test. Next, he tried a whole sentence. And then the whole page. Yes, Henry definitely liked them. By Wednesday, he had eaten a whole book. And by the end of the month, he could eat a whole book in one go. Like a dog. You know when you throw food to dogs and they swallow it? They don't chew, do they? They just... Henry did that with a book. Henry loved eating all sorts of books. Storybooks, dictionaries, atlases, joke books, books of facts, even maths books. But red ones were his favourite. I think me too. I think red ones would be my favourite too. Red's my favourite colour. And he was going through them at a fierce rate, almost eating the whole library if you look at the picture. But here is the best bit. The more he ate, the smarter he got. He got cleverer and cleverer, more and more intelligent. Because he was eating the books and he was eating the information and it went into his brain. So he got very, very clever. Just think, that way you don't have to study. That way you can just eat the information, much easier. But remember, don't do this at home, okay? It's just a book. He ate a book about goldfish and then he knew what to feed Ginger, which was the name of his goldfish. Before long, he could do his father's crossword in the newspaper. And he was even smarter than his teacher in school. Now, can you imagine that? That would be great, wouldn't it? Henry loved being smart. He thought that if he kept going, he might even become the smartest person on earth. So he kept eating books, and he kept getting smarter and smarter and smarter. He went from eating books whole to eating them 3 or 4 at a time. Books about anything. Henry wasn't fussy, and he wanted to know it all. But then things started going not quite so well. And I'm going to eat you. Can you see? Bad dreams. In fact, they started going very, very wrong. Henry was eating too many books and too quickly at that. So you know when you eat too much food before you go to bed and then you have a bad dream? Henry was having bad dreams about books eating him. Oh dear. He was beginning to feel a little ill. Bite, chew, 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 gulp, green, greener, greenish. He was beginning to feel a little ill. But here is the worst bit. Everything he was learning was getting mixed up. He didn't have time to digest it properly, and it became quite embarrassing for him to speak. Suddenly, Henry didn't feel very smart at all. Duh. And all the other children could answer the questions. Miss, I know. But Henry, More than one person told him he should stop eating books. No more books. Your head and belly can't cope. Besides, it means no one else can enjoy them. You owe a total of... So, Henry gave up eating books. He stopped. And he sat sadly for a long time. What was he to do? Then, after a while, and almost by accident, Henry picked up a half-eaten book from the floor. But instead of putting it in his mouth, he opened it up and began to read. And it was so good. Henry discovered that he loved to read, and he thought that if he read enough, he might still become the smartest person on earth. Now Henry reads all the time, although every now and then... Do not eat this book at home. Okay? Do not eat this book at home. Do not eat your books at home. But I think it's a really good idea to read some books in this period. And maybe you could borrow one of the books from our library. Okay, that's the story for today. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next story time. Happy reading!